Do you want something suspenseful or a story that is like gross, scary, or one that's like suspense? All right. Hey yo, I'm fucking dying. Okay. Oh, I seen this. Did I send it to you? The video about saying pause all the time. That shit was funny as fuck. I only said that because I was about to say it. Cause I say it even in my brain. Like even when, like just now when I read some shit that was gay, and I was like, pause. All right. Y'all ready? You ready? I love me a good story. Now, should we set the vibe? Hit the light. I ain't doing no more clap on, clap off shit with her. Fuck that. All right. We both look. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. The year was 1959. Deep in the heart of the Soviet Ural Mountains, a group of 10 young, spirited, highly experienced adventurers gathered for what was to be an ambitious winter expedition. Damn, now everybody won't see I can't read that good. Oh, it's frozen anyway. Oh, see, on yours. Oh, so it's not glitching when you watch it. It's just glitching for me, which is more annoying in a sense. Cause what? Let's see. Okay, that helps, huh? All right. Now back to the story. Let's start over. Oh, I hope y'all didn't hear me. I said, unfortunately, gotta pull out my reading skills for this one. Is that how they do it? How do they? I don't know how it goes. Okay. The year was 1959. That's the key to go slow. The year was 1959. Deep in the heart of the Soviet Ural Mountains, a group of 10 young, spirited, and highly experienced adventurers gathered for what was to be an ambitious winter expedition. Their leader was Igor Dyatlov. I wonder how you say that. Dyatlov. Igor D. A confident 23-year-old engineering student. They were strong, they were prepared, and they were on track to earn their grade 3 certification, the highest level of mountain trekking in the USSR. What the fuck do you do with a mountain climbing certification? Like, what do you do with that? Like, what? Yeah, I'm certified to climb mountains. A forklift ain't shit. Alright. They set off in late January, their skis carving confident lines in the endless snow. Their destination was the remote mountain of Torton. Their destination was the remote mountain of Orton. A word that the local Mossy people use to mean don't go there. Fuck no. See, this that shit. That adventurous shit. I should stop saying white people. It's not about being white. It's about being adventurous. It's that adventurous shit. Hmm. I know people be freezing on the way up there. Oh, you said right now? I don't even know why they be going. It's so many like. That's like when we watched that nigga one day on TV walk across the yes. What if that nigga had fell? And all I remember is her tracks. You could see him through the thing. Who's that? Joel Osteen's wife. I was hurting inside. I was hurting inside. What it do, Millie, in the chat? All right, so we reading the story. It's a few things though. It's a few things. One, I'm trying to hone up my reading ability, my reading skills, my reading out loud skills. And then two, I'm getting distracted. It's the ADHD got me. Hey, not for real. And I had it yesterday, but I was just like, fuck it, I'm about to just grab another one. And this is my Dukes. She with us today. Anyway, should I start over? I only read one paragraph. Okay, all right. So I don't know what all we said was the year was 1959, and they somewhere in some mountains. They climbing mountains. They getting certified to climb mountains. I don't even know what you do with that type of shit. Nah, for real. All right, so the name of the fucking mountain is Don't Go There. It's in another I was gonna say language. I don't fucking know. I don't want to say it again because I couldn't say it good the first time. And this part I ain't gonna wait to say either, but here we go. So the mountain is called Don't Go There, basically. One member, this is the name, okay, Yuri Yudin. It's either Yuri Yudin or Yuri Yudin. I'm pretty sure that's Yuri though. Fell ill early on, and with a heavy heart, he turned back. Damn, that's a nigga's name. It was a decision that would save his life. The remaining 9 pressed on. This is a true story too. All right, blissfully unaware, they were trekking toward a tragedy that will haunt the world for decades. We had to cut the light out for this one, so. On February 1st, the 9 skiers, fighting brutal winds and plummeting temperatures, decided to make camp on the slope of Kolat Ski. Bro, this is not gonna work. We gotta let her read it. Kolat Skyako, Kolat. Yeah, Kolat. Sayako. What the fuck do that say? Right there. Kolat. Koala, but it's not. Kolasiaco. Duh, that's what I said the first time. Damn. Or Dead Mountain. Why wouldn't they just say that in the first place, bro? And why they keep saying that all these places with these fucked up ass names? So they chose to go to camp on Dead Mountain. I think they somewhere in Russia, is it that has stuff like that? It says Slavonsky or something. It was a ski at the end. Yeah, see, I was thinking like Greenland and shit. So who knows? Okay. So yeah, it could be. It sounds like it. All right. So Dead Mountain. The last images they took show a scene of routine, a cheerful group setting up their enormous tent, securing it against the gale and preparing a meal. The tent was pitched awkwardly on a slope with a small protective wall of snow built around it. As the wind howled its lonely song, they settled in for the night, stripping off their layers of winter gear to rest in relative comfort. Then the night descended. The panic. What happened next is a moment of pure, blinding terror that no one survived to describe. Okay, that's a way to start it. Goddamn. What happened next is a moment of pure, blinding terror that no one survived to describe. How the fuck we got the story then? So the rest of it made up? Sometime around midnight, something, a noise, a sound, a sudden crushing force erupted on the mountain slope. The investigators would later find the tent had been violently cut open from the inside in several places. This was not a careful unzipping. It was a desperate, panicked escape route slashed into the canvas with knives. This is gonna be hard, bro. I can't read anyway. I could read, but like, and then like trying to fucking. All right, let me focus. Let's focus. This was not a careful unzipping. It was a desperate, panicked escape route slashed in the canvas with knives. Whatever it was, it forced all nine experienced hikers to abandon the sanctuary of their tent in an instant. They fled down the treacherous, freezing slope into the darkness in wildly inadequate clothing. Damn, they didn't even have their shit on. Some wore only socks, others a single boot, and a few were clad in nothing more than underwear. What the fuck? The air temperature was likely 25 degrees Celsius. Is Celsius colder or hotter? Hey, bro. Hey, don't come for me in the fucking chat, bro. All right, that's why we have to cut that shit up in the edits. Not the chat, the fucking. Oh no, now she's talking about something you could do it. Okay, all right, hold on, we got this. All right. Anyway, Celsius is cold. See, stay focused. That's the thing. I gotta stay focused. The single file footprints discovered weeks later by the search parties told the story of their frantic descent. Bro, it's still footsteps weeks later. Hmm. They walked slowly, deliberately, as if being chased or trying to maintain formation while fighting off crippling panic. How did they walk slowly as if they was being chased? They traveled nearly a mile to a line of pine trees at the edge of the forest. The first bodies. Damn. Weeks later, the search began. When the search teams found the tent, it was flattened, silent, and covered in snow. Inside, everything was intact: boots, axes, food, and the hikers' diaries. It was a ghost camp, a world abandoned in a blink. The first two bodies were found under the massive pine tree at the forest line. They were Yuri. What up, gang? All right, bro. Hold on, son. No, they definitely in Russia, bro. Cause listen, why the fuck is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 fucking letters in this motherfucker's last name, and only 3 of them are vowels. The fuck? I ain't even. I think I got it. Krivanashenko. Krivanashenko. Look right there, right? Krivanashenko. If I say it like I'm from Russia, Krivanashenko. Krivanashenko. Hey yo, hey yo. All right. Let's get back spooky with it. Damn, why the fuck is both they? Okay, Yuri apparently means some other shit because it's everybody's first name, and then all they got is these last names. Darshanko. This shit is like a fucking Dothraki. Like this shit need to be on fucking Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon. Yuri Doroshenko. Doroshenko. They were barely they were barely clothed and had died from hypothermia. Damn. Where the fuck did these niggas' clothes go? But the scene was more disturbing than simple exposure. Ooh. The pine tree's lower branches were broken off up to 15 feet high, suggesting one of the men had desperately climbed the tree, perhaps to look for the tent or to watch for an approaching threat. Their hands showed signs of extreme trauma, almost certainly from the process of frantically pulling wood for a small fire. It's throwing me off. Hold on, it's too much. Okay. Nah, cause she texting the group chat too. It's funny as shit. I'm definitely fried, bro. Okay. Their hands show signs of extreme. We did that already. Oh, okay. From the process of frantically pulling wood for a small fire, the charred remains of which were found nearby. So none of this shit makes sense. Why would you be like frantically pulling wood from a small fire and then you climb 15 feet high in a tree and nobody's alive to tell us shit? So how the fuck is y'all even knowing any of this besides, well, I guess they did say because the shit was broken off. 3 more bodies was found soon after, scattered between the pine trees and the abandoned tent. They gotta stop putting these niggas' names. Oh no. Rest in peace to all these niggas, bro. Igor Dyatlov himself. They were all positioned as if they were trying to crawl back up the mountain toward the tent when they succumbed to the cold. The initial conclusion was that a sudden snowdrift or minor avalanche had scared them out, and they all died of exposure. But the most horrifying discoveries were yet to come. I'm still trying to figure out why was they asleep. I know. Matter of fact, you was the one talking about the Appalachian Mountains, right? Yeah. But whole time, oh, it's cold as fuck. Like, why was they sleeping in they fucking underwear and shit? Regardless, like, even if it was an avalanche, like why was they ever only in they shit? Like, I never take my shit off. Fuck what you talking about? That shit'll get musty. I never take that shit off. And some fucking below freezing temperatures. That shit is crazy. That's that adventurous shit. Hey, I finally come to the conclusion. It's not about white or black or none of that. It's not white people shit. It's that adventurous shit. I'm slowly becoming less racist. All right. Now, it's not my fault. It's how I was raised. I'm working to change that. Now, where we at? The bodies was found, and they was lying as if they was trying to crawl back. True. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't be from the avalanche. All right, so they was positioned as if they was trying to crawl back up the mountain towards the tent when they succumbed to the cold. See, so their bodies is like their bodies is going towards the tent. The initial conclusion was that a sudden snowdrift or my we read this. Why ain't nobody say that a sentence ago? All right, the ravine of horrors. It wasn't until May when the spring thaw began that the final 4 hikers were found. Damn. Buried in a ravine 25 feet deep in the snow, farther into the forest. Their deaths completely shattered the simple hypothermia theory. These 4, again with the names, bro. These 4 people had clearly survived the initial panic and had even scavenged clothes from the bodies of their dead companions. So they took the clothes off these niggas. The suspense of the incident centers on the state of these final four. Hey, what's up? Oh, you didn't cut it on first though, did you? I said you didn't cut it on though. The stream. So you can see what we was doing. You fried too. Hold on. I promise we're taking a brief intermission. I'm in the middle. I'm struggling trying to read this damn story out loud. But I'm about to finish it. And you all the way at the end though, so we're gonna find another one about the Appalachians after this stuff. But I'm almost done. All right, hold on. Let's figure it out. Where we at? The suspense. Okay, the names. All right. No, we said that part too. Okay, so some more names. All right. So they said the suspense of the incident centers on the state. This is not the end of it, is it? Yeah. Of these final four. All right, this one person, I know I can say Nicholas. The rest of it, I don't know. But what up? Oh, that's you. That's you. So Nicholas had a devastating skull fracture that was entirely inconsistent with a simple fall or a low grade avalanche. Alexander, blah blah blah, had a severe head wound. Okay. And then Ladumila, whatever, had the most shocking injuries of all. Oh, these are two people. Their rib cages were crushed, sustaining damage comparable to the forces of a high speed car crash. Yet there were no external wounds, no bruises, no bleeding, no marks on the skin. It was as if they had been internally compressed by an overwhelming force. What the fuck? And then the gruesome final details. Okay. This person's name was missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her facial tissue. What the fuck? Simeon, whoever the fuck his last name is, and Alexander, blah blah blah, were also missing their eyes. Hey yo, on God, I was trying not to say it like chlamydia, but I don't know how to pronounce it. It just keep coming out that way. Um, the investigation hit a wall. A compellingly a compelling natural force was cited as the cause of death, a euphemism for an unexplainable power, adding a final layer to the mystery. Low level radiation was found on some of the victims' clothing. Whoa. To this day, the Dyatlov Pass incident is one of the world's most baffling and horrifying true mysteries. What was it that scared nine experienced, well equipped hikers so badly that they sliced their tent open, fled into a killing blizzard, and sustained such catastrophic yet? Bro, why the fuck are they trying? They doing too much with these words. Yet paradoxically clean. I don't know that one. Internal injuries. The mountain, now known as Dilatov Pass, keeps its secret in the frozen silence. Mm-mm-mm. That's crazy. That's wild. That's weird. All the motherfucking pieces missing and shit. All right, now we gonna find another one. That way you can hit the beginning. I don't know if it's the weed or if I really can't read out loud, but this shit is just this shit is crazy. It's been a long ass time since I really had to do this shit. All right, now. Yeah, but that was a lot. Like I know you could be descriptive, but like some words, it's like it's so many other adjectives we could use. We don't really got to get into the 10 letter and the 15 letter words like that too much. Let's see, can you? So, all right, what's it called? The Appalachian Mountains. A true story about. Hold on, I got y'all. This how we gonna do it. This how we gonna do it. True story about the Appalachian. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Got it. You know how when you fuck it up and you gotta try to get a spell check back on your side? There we go. A story. All right. I'm cracking up the way they wrote it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Where's my water bottle? I need to hydrate. All right. Okay. So the Appalachians. You can't tell a story from those mountains without catching a little. Let me see. Without catching a little of that deep woods chill. It's an ancient place. The rocks are older than the dinosaurs, and it just feels like something is still hold. It's because I'm getting text messages too, bro. I got a position on do not disturb. My brain can't fucking function. God damn it. Do it still work when your phone open up? All right. It's an ancient place. The rocks are older than the dinosaurs, and it just feels like something is still holding onto it. Forget the ghost for a minute. The scariest true stuff is always when you run into something that's still human. Here's a true story about a hiker who disappeared on the Appalachian Trail, and the chilling thing is she was doing everything right. This is the story of. It made me think about last night, bro. Geraldine. Are you still on the phone, Brent?
I'm assuming that's why she's typing in the chat.
Bro, okay, okay. All right, we just gonna talk through the chat. All right, let's get back to the story. Okay, where's the name at again? All right, this is the story. Shut up, bro. Shut up. This is the story of Geraldine Jerry Largay, or as she was, or as she was known on the trail, Inchworm. Oh man, the silence of the 100-mile wilderness. You gotta understand the vibe of the Appalachian Trail first. It's like a long green tunnel, right? Mostly, you're never truly alone. You're always leapfrogging with people, chatting at shelters, feeling the community. So it's other people, but then you hit a stretch like the 100-mile wilderness in Maine. How wait, do the mountains go past states? How big is the Appalachian Mountains? They go to bots. All right. But then you hit. Okay. Did that part. The name isn't a joke. It's most remote. It's the most remote, rugged section of the whole trail. No roads, no towns, no resupply points. You hike it with 100 miles of food on your back, and you just don't stop until you get until you're through. That's crazy. I would never hike. In July of 2013, damn, this shit wasn't even that long ago. Gary Largay, was it Jerry? Okay. A 66-year-old retired Air Force nurse was in the middle of it. She was hiking northbound trying to do a through hike. She was a tough lady, but maybe a little slower than the Young Bucks, which is how, who the fuck would say Young Bucks? Which is how she earned the trail name Inchworm. Mm, she moved slower than everybody. The plan was solid. The kind of plan you make when you know the mountains don't play around. Her husband, George, was her support crew. He'd meet her at certain road crossings with fresh supplies. He was her lifeline. So he wasn't hiking up that but he would meet her like, this nigga better not still be alive if she died. Let me see what happened. She was due to meet George for a day's push. She was due to meet George for a resupply just a few days later on the 24th. That morning, July 22nd, she headed out, and that was the last confirmed sighting. The side path. Here's where the suspense cranks up because it's so simple and so normal. Jerry, like any human, had to step off the trail for a minute, to pee or whatever. I love how my trains be talking to me. The Appalachian Trail is blazed, marked with those white paint rectangles on the trees. Wait, the Appalachian Trail is blazed, marked with those white paint rectangles on the tree. What the fuck does blazed mean in this scenario? But when you step off into the dense dark green rhododendron of the moss, the trail just disappears. The woods are a wall. What we know now, based on what they later found, is that Jerry walked maybe 200 feet off the main trail. It was enough. The forest closed in behind her, and when she turned around, she couldn't find the white blaze again. She didn't panic, at least not right away. She was smart. She knew the golden rule: if you're lost, stay put. She started trying to send messages. I guess they see her phone. But how they know all that other shit that she stayed calm and shit? What if she was just crashing out the whole time? The text. Okay, hold on. The ghost text. The suspense of this part is a gut punch, man. She had her phone. Over the next few days, Jerry did what anyone would do. She tried to text George, but she was in the 100-mile wilderness. The cell signal was a ghost. The texts she wrote were chilling, not just because of the words, but because she thought they were sending when they were just sitting there in her phone's outbox, a heartbreaking journal to a man who would never receive them in time. Why they just slice it like that? Oh my God. One of them read, in trouble, got off trail, heading north, now lost. Can you please call warden service for me? I'm off trail 3 days now. XO. She signed off all of them with love, still holding on to hope. She even tried to call 911 a couple of times. Nothing went through. Meanwhile, her husband George drove to the meeting spot on the 24th. He waited all day. When she didn't show, he wasn't immediately worried. The trail was tricky. People get delayed. But by the next morning, the silence felt wrong. He called the authorities. The discovery. Dum dum dum. Alright. The search for Inchworm became massive, the biggest in Maine history. Hundreds of people, wardens, hikers, volunteers, dogs, helicopters, scoured that 100-mile wilderness for over a year. Yes, nigga, it is story time. And I'm coming to find out that, like, I might not be the best at reading out loud, but we're going to keep practicing, and this shit going to get better. I stand by the end of October, this shit going to be way better. All right. For 2 years, the case was cold. Wait. Let's go back. The search for Inchworm became massive, the biggest in Maine history. Hundreds of people, wardens, hikers, volunteers, dogs, helicopters, scoured that 100-mile wilderness for over a year. They found absolutely nothing. It was like the mountains had just swallowed her whole. For 2 years, the case was cold. It became one of those famous, tragic Appalachian Trail mysteries. See how I said that without tripping up? Then in October 2015, two surveyors working for a logging company nowhere near the trail stumbled on a collapsed tent deep in the woods. They found the remains of Jerry Largate inside. Damn. And here is the final agonizing detail that just makes the suspense snap into horror. She was found just over a mile and a half from the Appalachian Trail. A mile and a half with an exclamation point. Like, that's crazy, I guess. And oh, yeah, especially because they've been looking for a minute. Inside her little camp, they found her phone with those unsent messages and the call attempts. They found her diary. Her last entry was written on August 18th, 26 days after she walked off the trail. She had survived for nearly a month. She had tried to signal planes by laying out an SOS signal. She had built a shelter. She had followed the rules, except the most important one. She had slowly and desperately kept walking, trying to find her way out instead of truly staying put. But even then, a mile and a half, it shows you why they slicing it like this, bro. For real. It still got exclamation points and everything. But even then, a mile and a half, it shows you how utterly massive and unforgiving those Appalachian woods are. They don't have to be haunted by a ghost to kill you. Sometimes all it takes is a minute off the path, and the woods just decide not to get you back. That quiet, true loneliness of being so close to rescue, but so far from help. That's the real chill of the mountains. But what? Oh my God. That's crazy. That's why niggas don't need to be hiking, bro. Like, that's that adventurous shit. That's that adventurous shit. All these stories be on some adventurous shit to me. Like going to go see what the sound was. That's that adventurous shit. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Ghost hunting and all that. That's that adventurous shit. Fucking. Let me see. I'm trying to think of a different type of. Actually, we was on the wrong joint. I need to talk to my girl. She talk more like me. Chat. All right, we doing another Appalachian story. It got to be a true story, whatever we doing. What y'all want to hear a story about? It got to be true though. Nah, cause somebody out of one of these stories, but I hate, bro. This nigga retarded. It's delayed, so I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. But Nas always just throw random W's like at random times in the chat. Y'all want to do the shot game again? 5 W's in the chat. I take a shot, but it can't be the same 5 people. Like it can't be like you can't spam it. If that makes sense. 5 W's in the chat. All right, what's this? We doing another Appalachian mountain story? Huh? I don't know. I can't make the decision. That's why I want somebody that don't listen to this thing. Huh? Okay, you think of something else we should do? All right, Appalachian. All right. Well, that's loading. I'm just saying, 5 W's in the chat. A nigga take a shot. I don't know how it went, so. What a fucking W in the chat, bro. Oh no, the ads got you. You might got subs. Might got subs. I'm about to put that in the chat. If oh okay, got it. If the ads oh I didn't mean for it to be cap lock, whatever. Wait, what? How am I not logged in? Fuck is they talking about? How you not gonna let me write in my own chat? Bro, what? Okay, the story's loaded. All right, here we go. Round whatever we on. What's this? Three? Round three. This is the last one. Cause I ain't gonna keep struggling like this. All right. This one is called The Lights Over Laurel Hollow. All right. This one gave me a campfire feel. You ever notice how quiet the mountains get at night? Not peaceful quiet. I'm talking about the kind that feels like the whole world's holding its breath. That's how it was the night we saw the lights over Laurel Hollow. Now, this was about 10 years ago. My cousin Ray, who's telling this story? My cousin Ray had just bought an old cabin deep in the West Virginia side of the Appalachians. Cheap land, no neighbors for miles, but the kind of place where the fog rolls in thick and heavy, pause, enough to make you question where the roads and the sky begins. He was proud of it though. Said he wanted somewhere to breathe. Said the mountains had a soul. And I guess they do. But not every soul up there is a kind one. The first night, when I got there, it was already past dusk. You couldn't see much except the faint glow of his porch light and the outline of the tree line. The air smelled like wet leaves and cold dirt. That rich old smell that clings to your clothes. We were sitting on the porch drinking cheap beer when Ray mentioned something, the local soda. He said, they told me not to wander past the hollow after dark. I laughed. Why they think the boogeyman lives there? Yeah, why they think the boogeyman lives there? Ray Dan laughed. They said sometimes lights float through the woods, quiet like lanterns, but if you follow them, you don't come back right. I rolled my eyes, thought he was trying to freak me out or something. But later that night, when we stepped out to grab some more firewood, I saw it. A faint light moving slowly between the trees. Not a flashlight, not a car, just a single orb glowing like a candle underwater. The old timers warning. The next morning, we went into town for supplies. That's where we met an old timer named Gus. White beard, overalls, the whole Appalachian starter pack. When he heard we were staying, got he got this look on his face like he bit into something sour. He told us a story. Said back in the 1800s that Hollow used to be a mining town called Laurel Ridge. A whole family died there after a collapse, trapped underground for days. When they found the bodies, their their eyes were gone. Damn, what was we looking at? I mean, didn't we read some shit like that first? Kill. Their eyes were gone. Just gone. Folks said the mountain took them. After that, people swore they saw lights moving through the woods at night. Some said it was the miners' souls looking for a way home. Others said it was something older, something that used those lights to lure you in. Gus told us, "You see him again, don't follow, and for God's sake, don't speak their names out loud after sundown." The second night, that night, the fog came earlier than usual, thick, heavy, and cold. Ray was inside getting the fireplace going, and I was out on the porch again, watching the mist move like slow water. Then I saw them. Not one light, three. They hovered out past the tree line, drifting just above the ground. I couldn't help myself. I stepped off the porch, just a few feet, my breath caught in my throat. It was so quiet I could hear my heartbeat. The lights started moving, like they knew I was watching. They weaved between the trees, slowly at first, then faster. I swear I heard a voice, a whisper, low and drawn out, saying my name. That's when Ray yanked me back by my jacket and dragged me inside. He slammed the door and shouted, "Don't ever walk towards him." The look in his eyes didn't belong to the same man. I'd been drinking with earlier. The knock on the window. We barely slept that night. The fire crackled low, and the wind outside carried this sound. Not quite howling, not quite crying. Around 3 a.m., there was a knock on the window. 3 slow knocks. We froze. The window was covered in condensation, but through the fog, I swear I saw a face, pale, empty eyes, just watching. Ray whispered, "Don't open it." But the thing, whatever it was, started tapping again, soft at first, then harder. Then it spoke only one word. The voice sounded like it came from underwater, stretched, hollow, wrong. Ray grabbed the shotgun off the wall, pointed it at the door, and yelled for it to go away. The sound stopped. The forest went dead silent again. All right. The last morning, when dawn finally came, we went outside to check for footprints. If I read slower, I could read. Like, it's like my brain, it don't be trying to move too fast. All right. I mean, it do. Okay. When dawn finally came, we went outside to check for footprints. There were none. Did you hear myself? But on the glass, clear as day, were 3 handprints. Not human. Too long, too thin. Like the fingers had bones that bent the wrong way. We packed our stuff that morning. Ray never went back. Sold the place for next to nothing. Oh, I just comprehended what happened. Okay. That's scary. All right, we packed our stuff that morning. Ray never went back. He sold the place for next to nothing. A year later, I read online that the cabin burned down. No signs of forced entry, no lightning strike, nothing, just gone. The report said the fire started in the walls from the inside out. And in one of the pictures the local paper posted, you could see a faint glow in the tree line behind the ashes. Looked like 3 little lights, still floating, still waiting. Now I don't tell them. They did make it like a campfire story. It said, "Now I don't tell this story to scare folks for fun. I tell it because every year someone new buys land up there thinking that they're gonna live off the grid, and they don't last long. And if you ever find yourself driving through the Appalachian back roads after dark and you see a light drifting just ahead of your car, don't follow it. No matter how human it looks, no matter how much it sounds like someone you love calling your name. Because up there in those mountains, not everything that walks, breathes, or glows was ever meant to be seen by people." Oh man, we got through it. Hey yo, I want to smoke again. I think I left this shit upstairs though. All right, we about to go inside, and then damn, what up, y'all? Y'all be quiet. Don't nobody be announcing themselves on the chat. We about to go upstairs. All I'ma say is 5 W's. All right, fuck it. 4 W's. For what time? Chill out, Siri. Nobody was talking to you. For what time? Never. All right. 4 W's in the chat. I'm gonna take a shot. While y'all work on that, we're gonna go upstairs. Got a lot going on. What? Oh, did you ever finish what you was making?
No.
You said no.
No,
Oh, we were smoking. Oh. All right. Y'all want to see my Halloween decorations? I put so much time and energy into this. Hey, yes. Oh, you can't see the spiders. Let me move over so you can see the bugs. Y'all. All right. I'm trying to see if we want to react to anything tonight. Cause that shit last night, the game was a little bit scary, but it wasn't like, but nah, the movie had me like a little bit fucked up. I ain't gonna hold you. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what we can find. Mm, I don't know what's on the TV. All right. For real, y'all should say like four different things and then I turn it into a scary search. But I don't know why y'all don't want to participate in the chat today. You throwing me off. Throwing me off. Cause how we gonna start the week off like this, huh? We can't start the week off like this. Oh man, I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if I can find some anime. Why is it not bringing this shit up to the page I need? Alright. I should have had it up already. I know my shit be lagging. If you want to buffer. Alright. Horror. Anime. Short. Alright. Alright, fuck it. If it's not scary, we gonna turn. Hey yo, the smoke detector bad. Like, how black people are. And the whole time my ceiling's too high. I can't reach that shit. So I don't fucking know, but somebody gonna have to like take care of that joint. I really don't be hearing it until somebody say some shit about it. That's the crazy part. Like I really don't. Like I be off the motherfucking. I don't know. I guess I tune it out. It's the same thing with like kids crying. It's sad. Damn, I wish it was like an undo. I didn't mean to do that. I want to move this one. I put eye drops in. My motherfucking contacts dry as shit, bro. All right, now back. Let's do this one first. Shit.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what
I need my
I
head.
want? With Wix, you can.
I live in a small home in a fairly decent neighborhood, and I also work from home as well. I have my office.
Where my headphones at? I can't go upstairs. Oh my god. Upstairs. I don't know. In my fucking junky ass room. I don't want you to go. I think they on my bed. Fuck. We ain't even gonna get it here. I know, but y'all know I ain't really like all the way back 100 yet. That shit about to fucking. God damn it. I did put some eye drops in. All right, let's get this shit cracking. Yeah, we found out the other day that this how y'all can hear the shit and I can hear the shit. Let's see what it's doing.
Set up upstairs in a small room with my desk right by a window that faces the front of the house. I liked being able to open it for fresh air or have the view when it was nice out. This was as fall was just starting, so I pretty much had the window open all day. One regular weekday though, around noon, I was doing my usual work at my desk when I noticed something out the window. There was a person, a man, standing at the bottom of my driveway, not walking past it or stopping to tie a shoe or anything. He was just standing there and looking up at my house.
Why didn't make that nigga body shape like that?
I couldn't tell if he could see me in the window or not, but after only a few seconds of me looking at him, he walked away. I thought it was really strange, but that was about it. What else was I supposed to think or do?
Nigga,
Continued
what?
with work. I did an occasional check out the window every now and again, but seeing nothing else, I wasn't too worried about it. The following day, I was on the same routine. I got to work and was pretty busy the whole day. I had a lot of video calls with my coworkers. During one of these calls, I spaced out and happened to glance out the window again. That man was there, standing in the same spot at the end of the driveway,
Why his hand in
looking
her
up at the
pocket?
house, just like he was before. Something about this time was 10 times more creepy
What
and
you mean
eerie.
something about this time?
Why the hell was he back here?
It's the same nigga.
I must have stared off at him for a while, because one of my coworkers noticed I looked worried and asked if everything was okay.
No, nigga.
I said yeah, and
What?
tried to refocus on the meeting. I kept looking back though. He was standing there for a minute, then I looked back again, and he was gone. The rest of my workday felt to drag on. I couldn't stop thinking about this random guy looking up at my house. It was just so odd. When I
Nigga,
got
what?
out of work, I went outside and walked around my
Call the
driveway,
authorities.
looking for any reason for them to be looking up at my house like that. Everything looked normal.
What you mean,
However,
a reason?
I did notice that the window of my office was visible and clear from where the man was standing, which means he could likely see me looking at him. I went back inside and made dinner. I had a call with my brother that night, and I mentioned it. He agreed it was odd, but said it was likely nothing. After getting off the
What they
phone,
mean,
I
nothing?
sat down and watched TV, hoping to get my mind off of it. A couple hours passed. It was maybe 9 p.m. I had the show turned down because I was getting tired, but with the low volume, I was able to hear what I thought were footsteps outside my house. I jolted up from the couch and stared at the front door. The footsteps walked up, only stopping
Nigga,
for
get
a
your
brief
strap.
second, then walked away. I hurried over to the door and looked out the peephole. I could only faintly see a figure walking down to the road. Once they were gone, I opened the door.
Why would this
Immediately,
nigga open
I
the door?
noticed a note taped to the back. It was short. It just said, "Pat, answer the door." I was not only
The voice
confused,
switch up threw me
but
off.
horrified. How did they know my name?
Nigga,
And what was the note
this
even
is now
supposed
the
to
point where he
read?
need to call the
They
authorities
didn't
immediately.
even knock or stay long enough for me to have answered the door.
This is what
Not
them
that I
boys is
would've
made for.
anyway. This was enough for me to call the police.
About damn
2
time.
officers came over, and I told them everything.
They gotta be diverse. They gotta have one
Unfortunately,
black
there
nigga
wasn't all
and they
that
gotta
much
have
they
a white
could do,
nigga.
though. They pretty much wrote it all down and
The
said
white
if
nigga
something
lips
else
match his
happened,
hair.
call them. It really didn't make me feel much better.
Why his pants rolled up like
I stayed
that?
up late that night, laying in
Oh,
bed,
he ain't getting no sleep.
unable
That's
to
how I
sleep.
be looking, y'all, because I don't be getting no
I
sleep.
literally just laid there for hours,
It's
thinking
okay, you
about
can
this
say yeah.
man that was stalking my house and the eerie note he left. Then, at just before 2 a.m., a knock at the front door echoed through the otherwise silent house. My body froze up. The silence of the house was now deafening as I listened in fear.
Y'all, living by
After
yourself
a few
is crazy.
seconds,
I'm so happy
they
Brianna
knocked
here
again.
now, because this shit will
My
probably fuck
heart
me up for
started
the rest of
beating
the night.
faster. I got my phone and called 911. They sent officers right away, but the knocks continued the whole time I waited. Eerily, they never got louder or more rushed or aggressive. It was just the
I did for
same
2
knocking
years or two,
over and
almost
over,
3 years now.
echoing through the
my little
hallways of my
sister here.
home. The operator on the phone updated me that the cops were 2 minutes out, and just after that, there was a longer pause between the knocking. 15 seconds, then 30, then a whole minute
How this
passed.
nigga knowing?
When the officers showed
How the police still
up,
not
nobody
dead?
was at the door.
Of course, it
They
took y'all
were too
niggas
late.
fucking an hour to
Again,
get
I
there.
told them what happened, and they seemed to take it a little bit more seriously this time.
Oh,
But
'cause
it still
it was
wasn't
at the
enough
door?
for them to do anything about it. They said they would have an officer patrol around here for the next couple weeks. Those weeks came and went, and the man never came back up to my door or to the end of the driveway, at least from what I know. It's been months later now, and still nothing else. It still scares the hell out of me, though. The thought of the creepy note telling me to answer the door, and then there being knocking at 2 a.m. is just terrifying. Then there's also the thought of them coming back, lingering in my head. I don't know what they wanted, who they were, or if they're truly gone for good.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry leading AI.
This was when I was a freshman in high school. The town I lived in was small, and I guess you could say pretty old-fashioned compared to places nowadays. It was very woodsy all around, and the buildings and houses weren't so compacted together. My home was out in the woods.
Oh, is this a different story?
My parents had a decent amount of land, and my dad had built the place with his dad. Anyway, it didn't have a real road or a driveway. It was more of a dirt trail, so the school buses didn't have a stop at our place. I'd either have to walk a mile to my friend's house to get picked up, or just walk the extra distance straight
This
to
nigga
school.
voice blowing me.
Usually,
It gotta
I
be
just walk
somebody.
all the way
Oh,
to
this the
school.
same story?
This was a typical...
Nah. We need something scarier. We definitely gonna do that regular show, Halloween special. Yeah, I'm trying to see what's up with this worm. Them giants do be funny. That's probably what the people talking about. If it wasn't for the fact that it's supposed to be Halloween thing, we'd do the little claws. I forgot what they call them. What the fuck is them? I can't remember. It's a little phone call so that they be doing. Let's see. Bro. Bree. Oh shit. I didn't know you was down here. Is the food finished? Or not yet? Uh like crackers or something? Yeah, I could try that. Ooh, I just make a sandwich with it. Okay. She don't want to get up, y'all. Please. I'm hungry. I'm famished. Okay. I thought pausing it was supposed to help. I don't understand what we're watching. I don't understand what we're watching.
Working at McDonald's
Oh,
has
hold on.
ruined
I
my
don't even
life.
know. Hold on. Ooh.
I thought it would.
Hold on. Let's see. Also, I'm some shit at rewinding. Just a heads up. Oh, no, it wasn't. Oh, what was in her head? I don't think it was a child.
Working at McDonald's has ruined my life. I thought it would just be a way to save money for the future while I studied at my local college, but it turned out to be the thing that ripped my future from my grasp. It all started in the summertime. I was working the drive-through window, which is as mundane of a routine as anything else you can do at McDonald's. All the orders were passing through my hands and into car windows in one monotonous blur, just like any other day. But despite the sheer number of people that passed by me during that shift, there was one individual who stuck out. The driver of the vehicle she was in was nothing special, just her whipped boyfriend. But her, I remember her. She had this awful helmet-looking wig of ketchup red hair, which just did not go with the rest of her style whatsoever.
Bree, you in the chat?
I tried not to stare. I looked up to the screen where the orders came through to see what they got. Her boyfriend got a Big Mac meal with a large Sprite, and she got a 10-piece McNugget meal with a large High C. That may not seem relevant, but I only say this because I know for a fact that I did everything within my responsibility to make sure they got what they were supposed to. I handed over the drinks first. Then I held out the bag of food. I expected her boyfriend in the driver's seat to grab it, but instead, she reached over and snatched it out of my hands, giving me this dirty, ravenous look as she did it. I see some weird things in the drive-thru, so that barely registered anyway. Have a nice day. They sped off out of the drive-thru, and I thought I'd never see them again. I was wrong. The woman with the ridiculously red hair walked inside not a minute later.
That was a little
I saw
aggressive.
her as I was grabbing a McFlurry cup from the front.
That's how I be
She
when
was
they don't
standing
have
with her hands at her hips, impatiently waiting to speak to a
It'd be like
manager
the
in a
10th
very
morning in
evident
a row
manner.
that they
By
telling
the
me to
time
pull
I'd
over
made the
and wait for that
McFlurry, the
shit.
manager was
It's
with
one
her.
sandwich.
I wasn't really paying attention,
I'm
but
having
I could see
flashbacks.
she was being nasty for no good reason. I don't know what kind of day the manager was having, but he wasn't having any of this woman's attitude. They started screaming at each other.
You come into my establishment and you insult my employees. What the hell do you think you're doing in here? I ought to take you out back and rip your damn wig off, you piece of shit!
Out of the corner.
Oh,
Bro, you're done already?
Yeah, bro.
How?
I hired Motion to hire AI employees.
AI employees?
Yeah, dude, I have a project manager, executive assistant, and a marketing specialist.
damn. Can you please bring me some?
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw her spit in the manager's eye, to which he slapped her in the face. He immediately regretted throwing hands and disappeared from the counter to go hide in his office.
Hold on. I'm sorry I'm some shit at rewinding, but we gotta figure this out. Cause the nigga smacked who?
Out of the corner of my eye, I saw her spit in the manager's eye, to which he slapped her in the face.
I wish
He
I had
immediately
flowers to
regretted
do
throwing
it.
hands and disappeared from the counter to go hide in his office. That's when the crazy woman went berserk. She started hollering at the top of her lungs, pushing stuff off the counter and throwing random objects into the kitchen. She threw over a cup of straw, spilling.
Missed it again, but I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna focus.
Crazy woman
It's
went
just-
berserk. She started hollering.
See, I told her I'm some shit at rewinding.
Of my employees, what the hell do you think you're doing in here? I ought to take you out back and rip your damn wig off, you piece of shit!
Out of the
Ooh.
corner of my eye, I saw her spit in the
Ooh.
manager's eye, to
Ugh.
which he slapped her
I
in the
hate
face.
spit.
He
I
immediately
mean,
regretted throwing
spitting
hands
is
and
assaulting,
disappeared from the
but like
counter
also
to go
like
hide in
what
his
type
office.
of reaction do you
That's
have
when the
to somebody
crazy
spitting?
woman went berserk. She started hollering at the top of her lungs, pushing stuff off the counter and
course she
throwing
did.
random objects into the kitchen. She threw over a
think she
cup
done
of
spit on
straw,
this
spilling
nigga.
them all over the floor.
Damn, crashing out, bro.
Think I can't
Crashing
count? I got a
out.
10-piece, not a 9-piece. Maybe
What?
I rip off one of your fingers and see how
Because
you
you
feel
didn't
about it.
get
She was making an awful scene.
She
At
gonna
that
cry.
point, I couldn't help but look. Several of my
She gonna cry.
coworkers went to the counter to try and calm her down or get her out
She
of the
gonna cry.
restaurant, but she was inconsolable. She pulled on one of those plexiglass barriers that hangs in front of the cash register and hurled it towards somebody.
Ooh.
It nearly stabbed their eye out.
Oh,
Still,
God
the corner
damn.
of the plexiglass sliced them in the temple, spurting blood all down their shirt.
Let me see that witch that gave me my food. Come
Ah.
on, she needs a good beating.
I realized she was
What?
talking about me,
Just
and that's when she jumped the
crazy.
counter. She
This
locked
bitch is
eyes with me at the window
crazy.
and lunged,
This is
but she
a
was caught by a
old-ass
small
black
crowd
man.
of employees
This don't
who
even
got a
match
hold
up.
of her and threw her out the
What
door.
the fuck she about
But
to do?
she came back. Several times she came back, actually. Every
What?
time we thought she was gone, she would storm back in
Haven't
and
they
throw
called the
something else at the
authorities?
people in the
Nobody
kitchen.
calls the authorities no more.
Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the manager came out and yelled at her.
The cops are on their way. You really want to throw your life away over one chicken nugget?
Nigga, you
At that,
smacked
she
this
disappeared.
bitch.
The cops showed up
But
about
also,
an hour
you know what I'm
later,
saying,
asked
she
a few
almost took a
questions,
nigga
and took
eye
a
out.
copy of the security footage. I thought she would eventually get fined a few grand or spend a few nights in jail, but we never got word that she'd been caught. 3 or 4 months passed, the season changed, and I pretty much forgot about the whole thing. Pretty much everyone moved on, even the cops. Then, one day, I was working the drive-thru again, and I saw her. She came back with her boyfriend and ordered the
Why they make her
exact
look
same
like that?
thing. My heart sank to the floor when she came up to the
Thank
window.
you. Ooh,
I recognized her
Thank you.
immediately. She still wore
Thanks for
that
the
same
one.
awful red wig,
You-
but this
you do
time
great at
she was
Outback.
even more insane looking. She stared
Nah,
me
thanks,
down
B.
with this creepy, deranged smile, like some kind of psycho would look at their next victim. But she didn't say anything.
He moved
She
to
just took her
Napa City.
food and drove off slowly, looking at me through the window until they were out of sight. I thought about calling the cops, but I figured she would leave once she counted all 10 of her nuggets. It gave me a jolt, forcing me to remember
But
her
I
little
would've gave this
rampage
bitch 11
back in
nuggets.
August,
That's what
but
she's talking about.
after a while, I wasn't thinking about it. Several hours passed and the sun went down.
I would've
Then
gave this
I
bitch
was done
11
with my
nuggets.
shift. Right before I walked out the door, I remembered that I'd seen her that day. Just as a precaution, I got out my keychain and clutched the little pink bottle of pepper spray. I've
Okay,
had
I
this
know
thing
that's
since I
right.
was a sophomore in
Clock
high
it.
school, about 6 years, so I was sure it was expired, but I figured it would be good enough. I pushed open the door and walked out with long, quick strides headed for my car. Within seconds, I heard her walking behind me, racing to catch up with me, coming up so quickly that I was sure.
Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, bro, this healthy shit is killing me. Like, she be wanting me to eat healthy. I need some mustard or something. Like, it's not bad. It's not bad. I just need some salt. Some sodium. Some unhealthy shit. I gotta have it. My bad, y'all. Alright, let's get back into it.
She was about to attack. Instinctively, I turned around,
Is the volume good?
sprayed her straight in the eyes. Without bothering to linger for any reason, I turned back
I was
and ran to
talking to
my
you, Brianna.
car. As I fumbled with my keys looking for the unlock button, I looked back to the woman with the insanely colored hair. She was still standing, but she was staggering. I saw her wipe her eyes vigorously and spit on the ground.
Yo, this bitch
Then
is on
she
crack.
looked straight at me. Her eyes were bloodshot,
Why
while the
did
skin
I
around them
sound
swollen
like
and
that?
red.
Why did this bitch just sound like? Did you hear it? Huh? Did you hear the mustard? That's
Covered in thick tears. She bared her teeth like a rabid animal, drooling. She screamed horridly, then charged at me unhindered. I pulled open the car door and jumped inside, locking it behind me. I thought I was safe, but before I could even calm my nerves enough to start my car, I saw a rock bashing into the window,
What the fuck,
smashing it like a wine glass. I shrieked, and then her hands came through the window. They grabbed me by the hair and yanked me through the door, all over the shards of glass,
It's
and
no
dropping
fight
me
in
on the
that shit,
pavement
bro.
while still grasping at my scalp. She struck me in the face repeatedly, using
Oh.
her nails like claws.
Hold on, man.
cutting
This bitch over here getting fucked up. I can't even bite into the goddamn sandwich. It's too much. It's too much going on. It's good. It tastes good. I just don't know if it's for sandwiches or not. Or like my teeth not strong enough. Hold on. Why is this knife right here? Alright, hold on. Okay, wait, let's rewind a little bit. Cause this motherfucker, this shit wild, bro. All over some fucking nuggets is crazy. This bitch is on crack.
thick tears. She bared her teeth like a rabid animal, drooling. She screamed horridly, then
Well, I don't know
charged
what's
at
other
me
drugs out here
unhindered.
besides
I
crack.
pulled
I be
open the
forgetting
car
about it. I
door
just
and
don't
jumped
forget.
inside, locking it behind me. I thought I was safe, but before I could even calm my nerves enough to start my car, I saw a rock bashing into the window, smashing it like a wine glass.
One of the things students love about Culinary School Online with the Scopier is the toolkit. Our students can receive a starter kit of professional tools, including.
Hold on, what we doing? What's the count looking like?
I
You?
shrieked.
No, don't nobody want to be in.
And then her hands came through the window. They grabbed me by the hair and yanked me through the door, all over the shards of glass and dropping me on the pavement while still grasping at my scalp. She struck me in the face repeatedly, using her nails like claws, cutting my face and eyes, splitting my lip and scarring my cheeks.
This will teach you to disrespect me, you little punk. You gon' remember me.
I don't know how long I was taking that for. I didn't fight
You gonna
back.
remember me is
I
crazy.
just clutched my car keys so she wouldn't steal it. Eventually, I heard my manager come out and start yelling. That's when the crazy woman dropped me to the ground and ran off, disappearing once again. And what's worse, the police still haven't found her. They don't care enough about me to go looking, I guess. But she ruined my life. I quit my job after that day, and I moved back into my parents' house. I even missed my college graduation because my face was so messed up. I'm too scared to go outside. I'm just worried that I'm going to run into her, and she'll recognize me all over again.
The customer begins to argue with a worker over her order. There is no audio, but witnesses told police that the customer became verbally abusive toward the staff. That's when the situation turned violent. The customer tried to get behind the counter and had to be pushed back out the door by other workers. When she couldn't get behind the counter, she started throwing things. For the next 4 minutes, the woman with the red hair threw everything she could get her hands on over the counter.
So crazy?
Wet floor signs, a trash can, plastic order numbers, another wet floor sign. Before leaving the restaurant, she grabs a big promotional sign and heaves it over the counter. Then she finally walks out.
Cause remember, a nigga eye almost got took out. Okay, it's another one.
Oh my!
Around the early 2000s, there was a high clown epidemic, where multiple reports of people being chased by clowns was at an all-time high. Most were classified as pranks, but regardless of their intentions, it was downright terrifying.
For real,
the next story was inspired by some footage of a Ronald McDonald terrorizing someone at McDonald's. Here's what it looked like.
This is OC.
Oh my!
Nigga, what? Like, they laughing and shit and recording
They
it.
say, would you like fries with that? After every meal you purchase, the offer seemingly comes up despite you already ordering. I know why, and I'll tell you, but I need to give a disclaimer that this story isn't for the faint-hearted. This allegedly happened to a friend of mine. We'll call him John, and we'll call his roommate Brad. The fall semester was in full effect, and the pair had both studied at the same campus nearby their student housing. It was alleged that John moved in with Brad as he was originally from out of town and needed a place to stay for the following curriculum. Brad was known to not be the most pleasant individual to study around due to his constant guitar rehearsals for his rock band. This would cause John to always opt to study at a nearby McDonald's. It was usually the go-to place for students, as this particular franchise was a 24-hour establishment. The McDonald's was never packed, at least not during the night shifts, so finding a place to sit wasn't so bad. You would occasionally find a loiterer or two, and were guaranteed to find this one female bookworm who would literally show up every night. John would always purchase a meal before study, giving him a plausible excuse to dine without feeling like he was loitering. Hello, sir. Welcome to McDonald's. How may I take your order? Just a Big Mac and a small Coke, please. All right, sir. And would you like fries with that? No, thank you. Are you sure, sir? It's almost 3 a.m. Okay, so what? All right, sir, that'll be $8.19 after taxes. And how will you be paying? Card, ma'am. John taps his card on the machine and awaits his food as the odd behavior from the cashier left him feeling uneasy. Nonetheless, John grabs his tray of food and sits down to begin his long chore of studying. About 10 minutes before 3 a.m., the female bookworm slides by John's table with a frantic look on her face and says,
It's almost time. You should probably pick up your fries now.
What the hell are you talking about, lady?
Dude, hurry up. We don't have much time.
The female proceeds to head towards the front counter while John sat there dumbfounded. John then gets up from his seat and follows the girl's lead by ordering a large fry after her. As the pair head to their respective tables with their fries, John approaches the female and begins to interrogate her by saying, I got the fries, now what?
I recommend just sitting down with your fries. It's literally going to be 3 a.m. any second now.
What the hell are you talking about, lady?
You don't know about him? The clown?
I don't be with this shit, bro. Like, why these niggas don't just get the fuck, bro? Like, as soon as somebody would have said some shit about 3 a.m., I would have went home, bro. I would have went home.
No. Why?
I recommend you always have fries on hand, or else he'll turn you into a McFlurry.
Hey, bro.
And what do we have on today's menu?
Nah, nigga. Nah, nigga.
Hello, young lads. Such a fine couple you are. Care to share some delectable fries? Pretty please?
Okay.
Sure, sir.
Nah, nigga.
Good. I'll catch you all next time. And make sure to have fries with your Big Macs and Happy Meals.
And that's when he departed the building. The more John studied at the McDonald's, the more he slowly realized that this was an everyday thing. Well, a 3 a.m. thing to be exact. The so-called Ronald McDonald would torment the customers and employees for fries, as if they were in debt to him for something. Nobody really bothered to do a damn thing about it and just went along with the whole facade.
Hey, yo, this nigga's
John,
vegan.
on the other hand, wasn't so pleased with the idea of being taxed instead of McDonald's in exchange for his fries. But there was nothing he could really do about it. John had spread the word about the clown, but no one really believed him, especially his loud roommate Brad. One night, John decided to bring Brad to the McDonald's and prove that what he was saying was in fact legit. Brad didn't believe him and scoffed at the whole ordeal, as if the clown was some fake phony urban legend or some weirdo hustling food from regular customers. The time was 10 minutes shy before 3, and that's when everyone excluding Brad went to the front counter to pick up an order of fries. What makes the story more disturbing was how Brad carried himself. He had the same stubborn attitude and remained seated at the table despite John's multiple warnings. When 3 a.m. came around, the clown entered the McDonald's and immediately approached the bookworm's table first.
Hey, bro.
What? Another deal one?
Oh,
Monday CRM? Stop it. Did I log in my call?
Smells like this batch was fresh off the fryer.
Bro,
The clown then approaches John and Brad's table as they looked at the clown with their jaws hanging to the ground.
Ooh, look what we have here.
That's when John saw Brad holding a handful of fries with his bare hands, and John's fry container completely empty without an ounce of potato in it.
I recommend you always have fries on hand.
That nigga don't got no fries. That nigga don't got no fries. He geeking. Ooh, whip the nigga face off. God damn. Let me find out the ice cream machine work now. Nah, we ain't doing another one. Fuck that. That was crazy. How long we been on this bitch? Cause okay, hour 28 minutes. Not bad. Hola October. Hour. I don't know when I'm gonna switch over, bro. I think it might be because we did hit affiliate. Shout out to you. Let me see. Let me make sure somebody besides me before I keep going. Okay. Hey, Millie too, of course, but of course she was gonna be in this joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the other 4 of you that's in here. Shout out to you as well. But no, we hit affiliate early on, so I don't know. I'll go a little bit over the hours like we're doing right now. I do still need to get my YouTube shit up. I need to get fucking TikTok up. I'm trying to get on it, but I still be having to go to work. Shit is a lot. But you know, with that being said, I gotta be at work at 6:45. So I am going to dip in a second. Yeah. We about to roll out. But make sure that you you know what I'm saying, clip this shit up. If you see some shit that you liked or that you thought was funny, make sure you clip it up. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, NBA Lambo stream. Appreciate it. Make sure all that good shit, everything. YouTube, NBA Lambo. Yeah. So every night, 10 p.m.-ish. I be trying to get here on time, but every night. Oh, let me let y'all see my little spider friends on the way out. Okay. So every night, 10 p.m. we on this bitch. Tomorrow night is, hold on, let me get y'all the schedule real quick, because I do be forgetting to promote what's coming up next. What's tomorrow night? I should have all this shit fucking memorized. Today's the tomorrow night, Crags with some niggas. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Yeah, it's gonna be lit. Arts and crafts with some grown ass YNs. You hear?